No, we don't want to play it like that. I don't know what it was from about the 7-8 minute mark of the second period on. I think we took 6 minors or 5 minors. And it really, for as good as our penalty kill was, we still gave up one, but it really took a lot of players out of the game and it overtaxed others. So there's zero rhythm. Guys are put in shooting lanes far too much. And sometimes penalties just happen. Kempe's high stick, I don't know how you prevent that. But a couple of the others were avoidable. At least we paid the price to get it done, and we'll move on.
First goal came with traffic in front. Second goal, I think, was a deflection from Dubois. Is that a better job of getting in eyes, getting to the dirty areas?
Much better. We were. I thought we were significantly better in that area when we had the opportunity, especially early in the game. Later in the game, we didn't get many of those opportunities just because we weren't in a position to attack.
Todd, you talked a lot about the power play after the last game. You guys worked on it a lot. You don't get credited for one on PL's goal, but very much created by that power play. But you go for shorty. Just what are your thoughts after what you saw on Wednesday tonight?
Well, PL's goal is a real good power play goal in my mind because there was a hunt mentality, there was a strip, there was a directness, there was some attack to the net with the deflection, there was a screen nearby, and that's often how it happens. You don't just get to set up and move pucks around. After that, I was disappointed in the power play. To give up that shorthanded goal the way we did, they really didn't have to earn it. We gifted it to them. So our power play has to sharpen up in my mind if we want to have future success.
After that shorthanded goal, Jordan Spence didn't see it much ice time. Was that just trying to let him reset, or what was the thought process on that?
Well, think of how the game went. Shorthanded goal and then 6 minors after that. So there's a lot of guys that didn't get a lot of ice time, and they weren't the ones turning it over on the power play. So I wouldn't pin ice time on Spenny because of that mistake. I'd pin it on game circumstances.
PL had gone just over a month since scoring. How do you see him handle this sort of first experience of dealing with the scoring drought?
Well, he's been pretty even keel since he's been here. It's not too high, it's not too low, which is a sign of a veteran type player. The team has had a good chunk of success while that was going on. So he handled himself well, but he's had numerous chances. Tonight he had, he scored on the deflection, but some of the shots he had, the breakaway, the rebound, the re-attack to Laugh, it could have been multiple points just in that scenario. He had a couple of quick wristers from the slot area that just missed by an inch or two. He, in my mind, looks dangerous right now offensively, and that's a good sign.
Outside of the goal, it just felt like one of his best games. Maybe this season he was physically dominant. Laugh called him dynamic. Is that the kind of game you need him to kind of capture?
Yeah, I think we've seen that the last 2 games, in my opinion. He really, now he gets to reset over the break, but that line has been pretty effective for us, and we've seen it in back-to-back games. So let's hope that carries on.
Usually empty net goals are footnotes, but what Quentin did on that play, that wasn't a footnote, Todd, was it?
Well, he did what he does now. He skates. And, we saw him win the race, but it was also often icing. So some of those players were tired. And I'm not sure initially that he thought he should be in that race. And then when he decided, he won the race. So it's an asset of his. He uses it all over the rink. He also used his reach and length there and got body position. So those 3 elements on an empty net goal, basically, those are our character traits of his right now.
It's probably an easy question, but just the importance of taking a win into a 3-day break as opposed to a loss. How can that affect a team going into it a couple days out?
Well, this is going to sound strange. Win or lose, I want them to go and enjoy their families. They deserve that. They've earned the right. They're human beings. They've got little ones that are going to see Santa, or, well, not see Santa, but know that Santa arrived, and families in town, and that's really important, and we promote that. We want that. It's a little easier to do with a win, but if we were standing here, I'd still tell you the same thing. I want them to go enjoy their families. It's important.
Alex Ferrier was awarded with a goal tonight. He had a very good game. He's put it that Jim Fox likes to say, just looks like a hockey player. Just the way he does things, it's almost prototypical. How easy is it to coach a guy like that who has such a strong base to work from?
Well, there's learners, and then there's stubborn players, and Laugh's a learner. He's willing to absorb things, try things, listen, ask questions, and those are always the easier ones to get through to and to coach. So he makes it a little easier on the staff, and he's getting better quicker because of it.
What do you want for Christmas?
3 days off, and I got him.
Talbot, was he evaluated for concussion out on the ice, or what happened in that sequence?
No, they scored, and
It looked like his head kind of snapped back when his...
no, it was something in his mid back that was tight or stiff. It wasn't his head. Obviously, if it was, he wouldn't have been in there. So it had nothing to do with his head.
Todd, when you look at your team from game 1 of the season to now, is there anything that you learned about them that maybe you didn't know, or maybe surprised you a little bit, or anything now that
We were just, we were talking in the coaches' room that, tonight was a good win for us. It was a tough, hard game. It didn't go necessarily the way we wanted it to the whole night, but we won that. I felt early in the year we were winning some games where we didn't have a lot of adversity in them. Wasn't a lot of situations where you're biting your nails and that type of stuff. So I think some of these games are good for us to play, and it reminds us how hard it is to win. And I don't think I answered your question, but I kind of shared what we were talking about as coaches.
After the game, Laugh talked a lot about the coaching staff preaching to him, making sure he does the little things well, not worry as much about production. Let's go back to some of the things you talked about last year with guys like Gabe and Hugh, having a B game that's really strong. How do you
Yeah.
promote that first?
Yeah, a backup game. Let's face it, unless you're, right now it's Austin Matthews, I guess. You're a scorer, but everybody else is a worker, and the puck's not on your tape very much in a game, but his back check, his hunt mentality, his recovery, the work he does for the team and for his line mates it's recognizable. We appreciate it.
You said after the last one, you guys moved like turtles. You have a different animal in mind? What they do today?
Well, I was talking about turtles on the power play, and we were better. We were a little quicker, a little sharper. But again, the power play to me was disappointing because we gave a gift away that I don't know what the score was at that point, 2-1. All of a sudden it's 2-2, and the game is different. We were able to recover from it, but we need to be sharper.
Trevor Morgan with a pretty goal tonight. Are we at a point where we have to talk about him as a high-end goal scorer?
Yeah, you should be. That type of goal is goal scorer's hands and shot.